Researchers describe this as one of the most counterintuitive discoveries in modern science. By the end of this video, you will understand why. There is an animal that punches faster than a bullet, sees colors you literally cannot imagine, and will systematically dismantle its own aquarium until it escapes. It is smaller than your forearm. It lives at the bottom of the ocean. And almost nothing about it makes biological sense. Welcome back. Today we are going into the ocean to meet one of the most extraordinary creatures ever studied by science, the mantis shrimp. Every single fact about this animal sounds like something a child made up. None of it is. Researchers have been studying mantis shrimp for decades and they still cannot fully explain them. So let's go through exactly what makes this animal so impossible, point by point. So where do we start? Number 1. The punch that rewrites physics. The mantis shrimp has a specialized appendage called a dactyl club. When it strikes, this club accelerates at over 10,000 gs of force, that is faster than a bullet leaving a gun barrel. The strike hits at 23 meters per second. The impact is so intense that the surrounding water vaporizes instantly, creating a cavitation bubble. That bubble then collapses with a second shockwave almost as powerful as the original hit. The shrimp effectively punches its prey twice, once with the club, once with the laws of physics collapsing around it. Researchers have measured the force, up to 1,500 newtons from an animal weighing less than 100 grams. That is roughly equivalent to a human being punching with a force of 80,000 kilograms. No other animal on Earth does anything remotely like this. But how does it actually work? Number 2, and this one surprised me. 16 types of color receptor. Humans have 3 types of color receptor in the eye. Dogs have 2. The mantis shrimp has 16. For years scientists assumed this meant they experienced an incomprehensibly rich visual world, some kind of supercolor perception beyond anything we could understand. Then they studied mantis shrimp more carefully and found something stranger. Mantis shrimp do not mix color signals the way we do. Each receptor independently identifies its own wavelength. Their brains barely process it at the cognitive level. Instead of experiencing richer color, they identify wavelengths almost instantaneously at a hardware level, like a barcode scanner rather than an artist. They do not see more beauty than us. They process color in a way our visual system is fundamentally incapable of replicating. Here is the thing nobody tells you. Number 3. A 400 million year old design. Mantis shrimp are not crabs or shrimp despite the name. They belong to their own order, Stomatopoda. This lineage is over 400 million years old. That is older than dinosaurs, older than the Atlantic Ocean, older than most land plants. They were hunting ancient seas before most of the ecosystems we recognize today had evolved. They survived every mass extinction event on record, including the one that killed the dinosaurs 66 million years ago. They never needed to significantly change because they got predation completely right on the first try. While evolution iterated relentlessly on every other major animal lineage, the mantis shrimp just stayed exactly as it was, and kept winning. If you are finding this as wild as I am, hit subscribe. We cover one bizarre corner of science every week and this is just the beginning. This is the part that researchers struggled to explain for years. Number 4. Here is where it gets strange. Smashers and spearers. Mantis shrimp come in 2 deadly varieties, smashers and spearers. Smashers wield the famous dactyl clubs and hammer through crab shells, snail shells, and the skulls of small fish with a single strike. Spearers are arguably more terrifying. They have razor-edged appendages designed to impale fast-moving prey. They are ambush hunters, they hide in burrows, watch with those 16 receptor eyes, and launch with explosive speed. Spearers have been documented catching fish twice their own body size, impaling them mid-swim in a fraction of a second. Some species reach speeds that qualify as the fastest strike in the animal kingdom. The ocean has a lot of terrifying predators. The mantis shrimp is the one that chose to perfect the art of the ambush at a physics-defying level. Now consider what this actually means. Number 5. The aquarium problem. Marine hobbyists have a name for the mantis shrimp, the thumb splitter. Not because of what they do to fish, although they do plenty of that. Because of what they do to people who reach into the tank without caution. The force behind a mantis shrimp strike is enough to crack thick aquarium glass. Marine biologists have had fingers broken by animals smaller than a pencil case. There are documented cases of mantis shrimp systematically testing aquarium walls over the course of days, striking at different points, probing for structural weaknesses, until they find a spot that gives. They are not mindlessly aggressive. They are methodical. Aquariums that house them require special reinforced enclosures and careful handling protocols. They are, effectively, the only aquarium inhabitant that poses a genuine escape risk. This one is important. Number 6. Social lives and communication. Mantis shrimp are deeply territorial and surprisingly social for an invertebrate. They maintain burrows they will defend against any intruder. But they also communicate, in a way that is still not fully understood. They produce rapid bursts of movement and use specialized reflective cells called chromatophores to change color in ways invisible to most predators but perfectly visible to other mantis shrimp. They signal territory boundaries, reproductive status, and threat levels through complex visual exchanges. Some species use polarized light, a type of light signal completely outside the range of most other animals' vision, as a private communication channel. They have essentially evolved their own private visual language that only they can see. Researchers are still decoding what these signals mean. And finally, the question that sits underneath all of this. Number 7, and this is the one that stays with me. What their design teaches us. The mantis shrimp has inspired concrete engineering breakthroughs. Their dactyl clubs absorb massive repeated impact without fracturing because of a unique helix structure in the material at the microscopic level. Engineers at the University of California copied this exact pattern to create stronger, lighter helmets, body armor, and aircraft panel materials. Their compound eyes have inspired new medical camera designs capable of detecting cancerous tissue that standard cameras cannot distinguish. Their strike mechanism has influenced the design of hydraulic systems. A creature that evolved 400 million years ago, with a brain smaller than a pea, is actively improving human technology in multiple industries simultaneously. We did not design the mantis shrimp. We are still learning from it. The mantis shrimp is proof that evolution does not always go the direction we expect. Sometimes it produces something so perfectly specialized that it just stops, 400 million years ago, and never needs to change again. The ocean floor is full of creatures like this. Ancient, strange, and still teaching us things. If you have a weird animal you want covered, leave it in the comments. I read every one. See you next week.